And with that, hello everyone, it's me Max23, and welcome to Final Fantasy VI T Edition. Okay guys, you know Final Fantasy VI, but you might have the question now, what is the T Edition? And I can answer you that question. The T Edition originally was a Japanese hack made by the Japanese user Tsushiy. And basically what this hack does is a lot of gameplay enhancements and stuff. I will talk about that in detail later. But as you can see, I did say it's like a Japanese hack, but all of this is not Japanese. That's because I'm playing the English translation of the T edition instead, which was made by Tomato. Link to both in the video description. But yeah, the English translation here is made by Tomato. I think I know this name. I think he is also involved in other Square SNES game translations. I think I recall that name from Bahamut Lagoon. I think that's where I did hear that name before. But yeah, the English translation, by the way, is also based on the Game Boy Advance script, which is very interesting. I don't mind personally. Some people might prefer the original Ted Woolsey translation of the game. But yeah, I don't really mind. This entire playthrough here is not about the story anyways. Because, like I said, the entire T edition is more about the gameplay enhancements and stuff. You can already see Final Fantasy VI T edition English translation A. I'm actually not sure about like English translation A or B. There's only English translation A that I had, so I guess that's just the standard version. Not sure why it's specifically called translation A, but I'm using A, and that's like the standard thing that like comes in the zip that I downloaded. It should be noted that the entire English translation is not to be applied on top of the Japanese hack. Instead, like the English translation is like its own separate thing, which is like a separate version of the T edition, so to speak. That means that we are actually playing version 1.9.4 of the T edition. I'm not sure if like the original Japanese version has like further versions or not, but 2.9.4 is the one that we are playing. It should also be noted that the T edition is actually comprised of like two separate hacks, the main T edition, and there's also an EX version. The EX version is something that doesn't matter right now. The EX version is something like akin to like a DLC, so to speak. You can imagine that as like bonus content on top of like the base game when you've done with everything. So that will be something for later. I will introduce you to the EX T edition later when it's the time that we go there. But that will be much later once we are done with the base T edition game basically. But yeah, let me talk about the T edition in detail now. Basically, what the T edition does is a lot of gameplay tweaks, which includes bug fixes, modified and refined mechanics. Some new items are in the game, as well as like new equipment items, and like tweaks to enemies are also a thing. The game in general is harder, which is because of the aforementioned like tweaks to the gameplay. Like, it's similar, like, you can imagine T edition if you know other, like, mods of Final Fantasy games. Like, T edition is kind of like the struggle for freedom of Final Fantasy VI, or the new threat mod for Final Fantasy VI, if that rings a bell for you. Should be noted that the base main story of the game is is mostly unchanged. Like, there are some, like, tweaks here and there to the main story, I think. But the main story basically is still the same with the aforementioned gameplay tweaks. But the big thing this entire hack of Final Fantasy VI adds is actually the side content. Like, this hack apparently adds a whole lot of different new side content, which ranges from like new side quests to like entirely new mechanics and like some other stuff. I will be very interested to figure all of that out. One very nice thing with the translation patch that I use, there's a readme for the translation patch, and that readme also like points out certain like new additions to the game. So if I if I'm, for example, at the end of the World of Balance, I will most likely look at that readme and like try to figure out some stuff, or like do some stuff that I haven't done that is new to the T edition. So that's something to look forward to. Of course, we might also stumble across that content during the course of the normal game, without looking stuff up. But as a last resort, I can look stuff up, which is pretty nice. Yeah. Oh, another thing that's also very important, the T edition hack is actually kind of old. It's a little bit of an older hack. I'm actually not sure when the T edition was released, but given the fact that it is like a Japanese hack originally, that like makes me feel like that it is actually very, very old, like 2000, early 2000 or so, or like early 2010s or so. But yeah, that has like some repercussions, the fact that the hack is a little bit older, because if you're playing this hack on like newer and more accurate emulators, as well as maybe original hardware, if you play this on the original SNES, there might be some bugs, which mostly are comprised of like audio bugs, because the hack does add some new music tracks to the game, and on new emulators and or original hardware, those new tracks might be a little bit buggy. It is recommended because of that you use the SNES 9X emulator version 1.51 or earlier, because those versions of the SNES 9X emulator do not like have those issues. But that's in general a thing with like older video game hacks, that they are basically, of course, made for the emulator of their time, basically, because back in the day, no one had like the option to like really use patches on the original hardware and stuff, and like they had to build the hacks around like the emulators they had at the time, and because of that, like they like basically had to work with the inaccuracies the old emulators had. And that's the reason why on like new, more accurate emulators, like some bugs appears and stuff. Another thing that's also important to notice is that because the entire hack does change so much, like entire systems of the base game are changed, there are also some like other bugs, like independent from the aforementioned emulator bugs. For example, in certain instances, there might be some graphical or additional audio issues at points. But what is basically the most dreadful thing that can happen is like there are actually some like more game-breaking things that can happen. It is recommended that you save often when you play this, because like I did read something that like late in the game, if you like do certain things in a certain order, like some espers might disappear, or like you cannot equip certain stuff anymore. And so that's something to look out for. But in general, I think those are few and far between, but still you should be like careful about that and like save off, not that you break anything. But yeah, I think I talked about everything I wanted to talk about here. Yeah, very interesting hack. I'm looking forward to it. All of this will be completely blind. I could probably also talk a little bit about me, about like my stance on like Final Fantasy VI and stuff. For starters, I'm a big fan of Final Fantasy VI, but the thing is, I'm actually not used to the SNES version of Final Fantasy VI, or Final Fantasy III for the old god. My go-to version for Final Fantasy VI is always the Game Boy Advance version, which is actually pretty nice for this hack, because, like I said, the translation already is more Game Boy Advance-like, and I think in general the entire hack tries to steer more towards the later releases of Final Fantasy VI, which of course is then the Game Boy Advance version, so that's nice that the mechanics in that sense work more like that, I think. Helps me a little bit, because the original Final Fantasy VI SNES version did had some like interesting tweaks and stuff. Interesting stuff going on, so to speak. I think one thing of the original SNES version is actually that like the evasion stat is completely broken. There's also that infamous glitch where you use like Vanish and Doom on enemies, and like you can kill everything in one hit. I know about stuff like that, but yeah, Final Fantasy VI Game Boy Advance is basically the version I mostly play, so don't be upset about me when I like reference those mechanics in that game and not the original SNES version, because yeah, that's just me. Okay, we are in the game. I think I talked enough. I think I talked enough. We can already see that Terra has a different sprite. If you look at that, she has a different cape and stuff. I think that's once again to make Terra look like more like later incarnations of Terra, like the Dissidia incarnation of Terra with the cape and stuff. Pretty nice. And we have a menu here, which is nice. I wonder who this character is. But yeah, we have Wedge and Biggs. Once again, translation here, Wedge is not called Vix. No, Biggs was called Vix, right? I think Wedge was still called Wedge. I think those are actually the first Wedges and Biggs that appear in the Final Fantasy franchise. Or do Biggs and Wedge also appear in a different Final Fantasy game prior to Final Fantasy VI? I think those might be their first incarnations, which is pretty nice. But yeah, is there something we can look up here? We have Cure, we have Fire. I think that's, yeah, that must be Terra's usual stuff. Very nice. We don't have Espers, of course. Nope. Do we have something equipment-wise? Mithril Buckler. Oh yeah, that's something to get used to. For me, we only have like very like short names for the equipment here. Like Mithril, Buckler, Leather. That could be pretty funny. Like in the base, like in the Game Boy Advance version, that would be called like Mithril Dagger or Mithril Knife or so. So yeah, that could be funny. I presume we don't have relics. No. The stats seem a little bit high. We have pretty high stats. Power 28, speed 33 is pretty nice. Magic power, of course, pretty high, 41. And then we have the like equipment-related stats with attack, defense, evade, magic defense, magic evade. Okay, status? Anything interesting here? No, just the normal stuff. We have fight instead of attack. Very interesting. Yeah, like I said, the translation could be a little bit wild. Battle mode, we put this to active. 1 should be the fastest speed, right? Yeah, it should be the fastest. Slow, I can... Like, that's always something that I mix up from time to time, that, like, the lowest number is the fastest speed, which is funny. Battle menu window... shortcut is, I think, the, like, you press up, left, down, and right for the respective commands. The gauge must be ATB bar, sound is okay. Cursor reset is good. Re-equip, let's put this to empty. Controller normal. We also have this weird thing going on where you can play this game as like multiplayer, where like different controllers control different characters, which is pretty funny. Magic order is fine. White, black, space time. Nice. We have different windows here. I think the windows are pretty interesting. The windows here are supposed to reference like other Square games. Actually, I think those are not the like original different windows that Final Fantasy VI normally has. For example, I think this might be Secret of Evermore. This is definitely Secret of Mana. That's something I can recognize. No clue what that one is. That also seems familiar, but I'm actually not sure. Is it Treasure of Rudras, maybe? I think that might be Treasure of Rudras. We have this one and we have this one. But yeah, if you recognize one of those, please tell me. I definitely recognize number 4, that's Secret of Mana. This might be Secret of Evermore, and like this one is like very akin to the normal one, but more stripy. But yeah, I think I stick with the normal one. Or do we want to use this one? Let's stick to the classic Final Fantasy one. We'll also change the color here and give us eye cancer, but nope. Okay, should be fine, okay. Okay, let's play some stuff here, finally. I will not, really, read the story. I will, fly over it, and, if I recognize something special, I will, hopefully see that. One thing to notice here already is, gameplay-wise, is that, every character has, all Magitech abilities. Normally only Terra has the extended pool of Magitech abilities, which is pretty nice. But in this hack, every character always has, access to every Magitech ability. But right now, nothing too crazy, to be honest. I could heal a little bit. Also one thing, the ATB apparently works a little bit differently here. Oh, I'm also noticing Match-Tech Beam. We don't have the like respective like we have access to like the higher ones here, but we don't have like access to the like elemental ones. Like normally you have a fire beam and like an ice beam and stuff, but we only have like the like extended ones basically. You can also tell that the font is a little bit different here. Like the damage numbers and stuff are looking a little bit different, which is also pretty nice. They look pretty slick. But yeah, I wanted to talk about the ATB, right? The ATB apparently also works a little bit different. It's more akin to Final Fantasy V, where the ATB bar actually stops during animations. And that's actually something that is actually in Final Fantasy VI. The bar continues to move when animations play, but not in this hack. That's something to get used to. But yeah, so far those are the tutorial fights. There should be nothing like too dangerous here, to be honest. You get pincered here, but it should also not be too bad. I think those guys actually do hit a little bit harder. 9 damage. Actually not sure. Like, I know Final Fantasy VI, of course, it's one of my favorites, but like, I don't know it that much, like that in depth, to tell that like the damage numbers are different or so. Yeah, we will see how all of this goes. I'm really looking forward to it. Soup. I'm actually not sure if I like the change that the ATB bars do not move during animations. That's something that like I always find a little bit slow, in my opinion. You also get gil, by the way, not gold. I think in the original SNES version you get gold. But yeah, it's nice that like the translation made it so that it is a little bit modernized. I think that's pretty nice. Oh yeah, the mammoth ones. Who knows, maybe they have different attacks. One damage, interesting. I could also use... Should I use fire for kicks? Let's use fire for kicks. I think that shouldn't like be too good, but okay. I think I should also use Bioblaster. Oh, interesting. Okay, so fire takes a bit longer to go off. Interesting. Yeah, I should definitely use Bioblaster because it's like it targets all enemies. And also deals very good damage. And this must be it, guys. Oh, different music, interesting. There we go. What is this music? That music sounds familiar. It feels like the Final Fantasy XII randomizer again, where I hear different music and like recall it, but actually don't recall it. It's pretty funny. Should use some heal force to heal myself. Doesn't that heal the reds? I think that heals the reds, right? Wasn't there something like this? Yeah. Whoopsie daisy. Yeah, I also wonder how far the translation goes with the like GBA script, if it like also like translates the enemy names in that fashion or just the story. I wonder. But yeah, I'm also hoping you're looking forward to this playthrough. I actually am really looking forward to it. Like playing a different version of Final Fantasy VI in a sense is pretty nice. Like the speaking of different version, the like translation of the translation readme also recommends that you like go into this game like by not reading like all the stuff. You should just go in and enjoy what happens here, and that's what I'm doing here. I just like basically jumped straight into the game. I could have read like through like millions of changelogs and stuff, but I'm just see what's coming here and like enjoy what is coming. Oh, 3 potions, nice. I'm also nicely healed. I think I just did hear the tutorial, but I did not want to hear the tutorial. Okay, how many save files? 3, okay. The classic 3 save files. Yeah, and Terra's sprite definitely is supposed to be her, like, the City of Final Fantasy incarnation. Very nice. Cool. I guess that makes it also so that, like, other characters appear, like, modified too. Very interesting. I also did read something about, like, that there are, like, new costumes for the characters you can unlock. Which, like, basically function as, like, different jobs for characters, as, in a way. Like, for example, if I find a costume for Terra, she is more steered towards a healer or so. Okay, we get Emi, our first boss. Hold it! Okay, the strategy here, of course, do only attack him while the body is visible and do not attack the shell. Because if you attack the shell, you basically die, because he counters with a strong attack. That attack is actually kind of dangerous. Oh, 18 damage also, physical attack, very, very nasty. I think I can get 2 in, that should be fine. You can heal. Oh, wait a second. Oh, does it? Ooh, interesting. He heals himself. That's definitely new, okay. Yeah, the 10k volts usually is the, like, actual counter that he uses when you attack the shell. Interesting. Okay, now he retreats. That means I'm not allowed to attack. I should use Tech Missile, right? I think Tech Missile is better. Okay, just wait it out. He will return. It's kind of funny. It's basically... They reused that, of course, in Final Fantasy VII with the Guard Scorpion as first boss. I think that deals more damage. Nice. It's definitely new that he, like, uses, like, a counter to heal himself. Very interesting. Can I get another one in? I think that should work. Yeah, okay. Oh, nice. Terra also deals more damage. Very good. Oh, he also uses... Ooh, interesting. That is kind of dangerous. Biggs and Terra are also slowed now. Very interesting that he just uses that like that. Yeah, my time to heal, actually. Heal force for everyone. And I think the next cycle, maybe that should be it. I don't think this will be like too hard or so. And he should not have too much HP, I think. We are also dealing good damage. Yeah, very nasty that he can just use 10k volt just like that. There we go. Just unleash more tech missiles. Should be good. Maybe he uses 10k volt as an attack after like so many attacks. Maybe. Okay, that's it. Never mind. We never figure out. But yeah, interesting. You can already see some slight changes. I like when a hack does that. When a hack like already like modifies like some early game enemies, like in a not like too changing way, but in a way that like seems interesting. I think that's always a good introduction to like a hack that like makes greater changes. It's also always good to confirm that like the entire stuff is working. Also always a big fan if a hack does that. I think Terra's costume itself is also like a good confirmation that you were able to apply the hack and like the hack is actually running. I like stuff like that. That you have like... Oh, now I forgot about... Yeah. And the urge to kill is too big in me. Just want to get rid of all those guys and like do not consider that they are healed by it. Yeah, goodbye. Nice, okay, and that concludes the prologue. Does the Esper look a little bit different? Is the sprite a little bit darker or so? Who knows? Would be funny if this would actually be a legitimate fight now, instead of a cutscene. You got frozen Esper. Frozen Esper. Of course, Terra is reacting to the creature here. Also, speaking of Terra, I could give the characters funny names or so, but actually I haven't thought of something, so I think we go with the original names. I mean, some slur words or so are always funny when they suddenly go shit in the text boxes, but nah. No, I think we keep the original names. I always forget that like Terra does not like wake up automatically. I have to do it manually. But yeah, nice. I will not talk to you. I want to examine your clock. An elixir. Ah, yeah, that's also something. Apparently, depending on which character is leading, you do get like different quotes depending on whether you open a treasure chest or like find like an item lying around somewhere. That's pretty nice. And yeah, that was apparently Terra's quote. Very, very funny. You can also see a Terra sprite in full now. Very interesting. Which design of Terra do you prefer? Do you prefer the original Final Fantasy VI design or the Dissidia design? It's actually hard. I think they both look good. But I think if I had to make a call, maybe the Dissidia design? I don't know. Yep, Terra's okay. Also in all caps. Maybe I should have... Nah. Guess we're going with all caps now. And because no one else has all caps here. But hey, don't mind that. That might actually be a precursor from like the original translation, where I think in the original translation all like major names are like in all caps. The Narshe music always makes me so nostalgic here. Ah, yes. Also, oh, we got the music here again. Let's hope that this Final Fantasy VI playthrough, by the way, is one that I actually finish. Like, I have quite the story with Final Fantasy VI on this channel, because I think I started this game like in like different fashions like 2 times already and never finished it. Like back in the day, like back in like 2015 or 16, I did start a German Let's Play on this, but I never finished it. Like I think I made it to what was the point? I think I made it to like roughly the point where you defend the Esper here from like Kefka, and yeah, after that, I think that's basically the point where I like did not continue that Let's Play. And the other time I started this was like as a live stream. I also like did this as a live stream, but I also never finished it. I don't know why. Like I kind of lost like track of that. Both projects sadly are also like lost to time. Like I don't have like the recordings anymore, which is pretty sad. But hey, who knows? Maybe with this playthrough I can finally like redeem myself and like finish a Final Fantasy VI playthrough, even though it's of course not the base game, but like a heck. But I think that also counts in a way. The battle theme is so catchy, right? The battle theme of Final Fantasy VI is super catchy. Oh, okay. Maybe I should have gone for the rare red. Even though I'm not sure, the rare red might survive a basic attack because it's apparently in the back row. That's something to consider. Characters as well as enemies in the old Final Fantasy games have rows that you need to consider. Oh, critical hit. This is actually kind of critical here. I should definitely heal. Nice level up. Speaking of level ups, this hack also makes it so that Espers do not grant additional stat boosts. Instead, like, I think the like stat growth is character based. Should be the case then. And like, of course, item based. Let's see. Oh, a tent. Okay. I like that each character apparently has a crowd. No, that's kind of funny. Oh, we get pinsart. That's not nice. Dicky licky 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 dicky 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 dick 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 dicky dick. Da da duk 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 up 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 up. Like I said, the theme is pretty catchy. And Final Fantasy VI is so good. Final Fantasy VI is a very good Final Fantasy game, in my opinion. Like, I'm a big fan of Final Fantasy VI. Oh no, we are surrounded. What should we do? Yeah, probably, like I said, the first couple like episodes of this playthrough will be roughly the same with some like small gameplay tweaks here and there. But hey, it needs some time to like fully like show what it's capable of, the sec. But I think there's also like some like nice stuff in that. Like in general, this hack is more supposed to be like a new way to experience Final Fantasy VI, which is pretty nice. I think that's pretty nice. If you want a fresh take on Final Fantasy VI, this is basically your the hack for you. I mean, hack mod you could say it's both the same. Okay, Terra slaughtering the Imperial soldiers because Kefka is sick. 660. It would have been funny if that would be 666, but okay. Oh, we can. Oh, Celis also has a different appearance. Celis is. I think Celis is more based on her Amano art, I think. You know, with the, like, I don't know, jumpsuit? Instead of the, like, cape and stuff. That's always something that is, like, pretty strange in general. Like, that the Amano art in the early Final Fantasy titles greatly differs from the in-game sprites. Yeah, Locke also has, like, more Amano-inspired sprite. Interesting. There he is, our favorite treasure hunter, Locke. I prefer the term treasure hunting. Okay, Locke is to the rescue after he's done talking to the old man here. Also, we are keeping all characters with all caps now, because I started with Terra. Maybe I can change that retroactively, like with a tool or so, but yeah. If not, we go with like full capped names. Like old Pokemon games, basically. My characters are my Pokemon. Luckily, we also get support in the form of adorable mascot characters called Moogles. Koopo! Bop, beep, boop, Koopo! Yeah. Okay, this is always like a fun minigame to me, where you need to like play tower defense or so. No. Okay, first of all, what do we even have here? We got Locke the Adventurer. We also got Moklin, Mokred, and Moggy. Do we have anything fancy here? Of course he does not have magic. That's something that the Espers still have to do, teach the characters magic. Okay, otherwise he probably just has steel. Items are still the same. He got dagger and like nothing else, okay. Fairly standard. He has high speed, obviously. Good power, I think. Very nice. Does he come equipped with anything? No. Can also not like... No, cannot like change the equipment of those guys. I think I can change the equipment of Mog. I think that's like a little trick that you can use. Okay, the thing is, I want to fight the boss with Locke because he can steal, so I need to make sure that he is like mostly unharmed and at full life when I like reach the boss. That means that the other Mughals need to take care of business here. Maybe I should have read the tutorial. How do I change? Hello, can I cannot change my party. Okay, that's a problem. Why can I not change my party? Hello? Ah, there we go. Okay, I don't know what happened there. Okay, I just need to fight some enemies now. They are already approaching. Okay, this is the party with Mog. Okay. Oh, Blizzard could be nasty because we have one Mughal that has low HP here, Molulu. Oh yeah, that's actually kind of dangerous. Okay, they cannot do much else other than fight, but that must suffice at this stage. Okay, Mog already learned a new dance. Okay, never mind, we need to fight with Locke here, okay. Of course, it's one of those parties here. Oh, double Tusk, interesting. And Blizzard. If nothing helps, I need to spend some potions here. I don't want to, like, steal from those guys here. Okay, Moklin is the strong one here, okay, noticed. Okay, it's this button, yeah, okay, I had to figure out the button here. Okay, you guys can take another one. It's a lot of mammoths here. I can dance, actually. Let's try a dance. Dance is apparently also kind of reworked. Could you please... Hey, could you please not kill my Mughals? That's not nice. Confuser, interesting. Oh yeah, dance apparently works different because Mog has like a 100% chance to like dance, that it actually works. In the base game, that's not the case. And like he also dances only for one round, and I can, as such, can use multiple dances in like one fight, which is very interesting. Okay, the other party here, almost. That's more like it. We have Moxie, Mokvin, Mukmuk, and Cosmog. You can see the mammoths are the critical enemies here because they wither you down pretty quickly. I know I could also rush for the like commander immediately if I wanted to, but nah, let's take on the battles here. I'm getting potions, that's good. I might need them. I think those actually might be the last two here. Last two enemy parties. Let's see. They also always use Blizzard. That's so not nice. But hey, we work with that. Oh, critical hit. Let's go. Okay, I should probably do it with this party. I'm not sure if, like, the Mammoth kills 2 of the Mughals here. Let's see. I think Mokvin is definitely dead. Mak might... No, never mind. Okay, this is more critical now. If I die here, I think that's not too bad. I will just spawn at the, like, beginning location again, and, like, every, like, party member here has, like, 1 HP or so. But they are still capable of, like, taking the enemies out here. Also, is it just me or is the battle speed still pretty slow? What happens if I dial it all the way up to 6? Do we move backwards then or what? No, config, because this should be fast. Let's try 6. Also here, translation at work again. They are KO'd. I think in the SNES original translation they were wounded. Because, oh, you cannot say kill. That's such a bad word, Nintendo of America, right? Like, those were wild times back in the day when you couldn't say, like, kill in a game. Kill, guys. Kill, kill, kill. Or, like, every, like, hint at, like, Christian symbols or so. Like, good old stuff. Okay, only that guy left. Yeah, okay, we are gonna do this with Locke and the gang. Also, Mock. Yeah, I can remove his equipment. Very nice. Does he have relics too? No, he does not have relics. But yeah, we got some items. Nice. Interesting. It does say how much items in my inventory. I have 7 right now. Interesting. Not sure for what reason, but okay. Okay, let's use some potions when there's like no other instance where I want to use them. Do they heal more or is it just me? I think they might actually heal more. Don't they just heal like 50 HP in the base game? Yeah, let's see. I want to steal from this guy. Oh, net. Okay, I think that's what he usually does. Okay, don't do that on Locke. I want to steal with them. To be honest, I don't see much of a difference in speed with the ATB. Funny. Oh, that guy hits like a truck, the guard leader. Oh, nice critical. It might be very important. It would be very nice, though, if Locke could, like, do something. That also does not stay permanently, I'm pretty sure of it. Yeah, there we go, steal, let's go. Yeah, he calls new ones, that's also annoying. There we go, nice mithril knife. Just what I wanted. Now I need to be careful that no one dies here. Mockred is in danger right now. I should have healed with Locke. I think Locke has the lowest damage output here. Item, potion, you. I also need to be careful of Mocklin, because Mocklin is the primary damage dealer here. Oh, nice critical, good. He probably calls more doggos, maybe? He also keeps wasting turns by using net. That's actually fine by me right now. Okay, there we go, nice. Did he always have like the flash dead boss animation? Actually not sure about that, but nice, okay. Cool, we got a high potion as well. Another potion, very good. Good, nice. Nice skill as well, nice amount of skill. Okay, and Locke rushes out of the Narshe mines. Very nice. I like that you already get some foreshadowing here on Locke's character. That's pretty nice. Like Final Fantasy VI is definitely the point where like the story and character development got a lot deeper. I think that's definitely the case, which is very nice. Definitely a staple of the Final Fantasy franchise, at least from this point on. Maybe even earlier. I think some people might also like say that it is Final Fantasy IV where that trend really started. And some people might even say it's Final Fantasy II, like in a sense, because that was the first Final Fantasy that actually had some like characters, so to speak. I think Final Fantasy VI definitely one huge leap, at least, in like character development and story. Hey, this guy's blocking us. What is this? Okay, never mind. He lets us still inside. Okay, I was gonna say, why is he blocking us? Nice heal, auto heal, very good. Yeah, definitely take a look at this here and definitely read what those guys say. Because there might be some new info here. I'm expert, not a beginner. Wait a second. Isn't that the like quote from the CDR Final Fantasy when you like have the intro and if you say that like you get attacked by feral chaos? Okay. Okay. He still says the same, okay. I definitely want to save. 42 minutes already, wow. This is a save point. Yeah, blah 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 blah, okay. I can find items if I find them, yeah. Okay, Atma weapon is still called Atma weapon. Wow, what a find, an ether. Cool. Some characters learn magic naturally. Oh, okay, that's a good info. So Terra, Celis, and Realm actually learn magic naturally. That's good to know. Realm normally does not learn magic by herself. That's good. New Game Plus resets all treasure chests as well as which monsters appear on the world. Okay. Yeah, New Game Plus is also a thing of this. Very interesting. There's a lot of stuff to discover here. That's something I really like. Monster in a box, of course. I like the new character sprite just because they are new, to be honest. It's a nice change of pace. A certain... Okay. Apparently there might be places that are only accessible when the lead party member has certain status ailments. Aha, okay. Okay, yeah, okay. You can see, yeah, detail. That's also going to be important. Press left, right on the to even more. Can even see which special abilities a piece of. Okay, yeah. Can also see which magics. Yeah, okay. Yeah, that might be. Oh, yeah, that might be also more important. I think in the base game only the paladin shield can like teach you magic. And I think something else. I think there are like 2 items that actually teach you new stuff. Like for example here, can be used by. Yeah, okay. I think those menus here are also more detailed, which is nice. Anything of importance here? Two-handed, okay. Throwing, okay. Yeah, okay. okay. I should also equip this stuff, right? Do they also normally raise defense? Is it not just like evade? They do not even raise you. Wait a second. Is that? Okay, they still raise evade. I was gonna say, but they also give you more like defense and magic defense. Isn't that like normally not the case? That feels different. Like I said, correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm working off of like my memory here. Like I do not know like every nook and cranny like in my mind about this game. Foop. Yeah. Also, let's put this way back to fast here. Nice. Combat any combat info here is mostly we have an enemy safe you surround, blah blah blah. Back attack, yeah. Different colors, blue reflect, yeah. That's also protect. Like the beginner school here is actually pretty nice if you think about it. Like if you don't know what's going on. Like that they show you it like this, that's pretty good. Time is frozen. Do we have it now? Yeah, thank you. I have unseen strength that goes beyond what the Leaper spell will tell you. Okay. Yeah, okay, yeah. This might be interesting. I have unseen strength that goes beyond what the Leaper spell will tell you. I have an idea what this means. So, in the Game Boy Advance version again, they actually did add the like Kaiser Dragon as a super boss in that game. And the thing is, with earlier Final Fantasy games, with the like SNES titles, and I think like also Final Fantasy IX, I think those are the Final Fantasy games that like have like some weird stuff going on. But I think in those games specifically, the maximum amount of HP an enemy can have is like that magic number that is 65,335. Is that the right number? If you know programming, you know that number, which I mean. But yeah, that's the maximum number that must be FFFF, right? I think that's what it is. And that's the maximum number of HP an enemy can have. And what they did in the Game Boy Advance version to like give enemy more HP and like the Kaiser Dragon more HP, they basically made it so that you fight the Kaiser Dragon in its battle basically like 3 times or so. Like there's like one version of the Kaiser Dragon that has like 65,000 something HP. If you deplete all of that HP, like the battle continues and like the Kaiser Dragon is basically there again, once again with 65,000 something HP. And then, like, when you kill him again, he is once again there with 65,000 HP, but, like, they basically use the same enemy multiple times in that battle, so to speak. And I think that might be going on here, so if I see an enemy that has, like, 65,000 something HP, I might need to consider that, like, if I deplete all of that HP, it's not over. Maybe the same also with MP and stuff, so that's something to consider, interesting. Anything about magic here? Inflicts earth... Oh, okay. Inflicts earth damage and causes petrification. Puts all enemies in a near-death state. Doesn't hit allies. Doesn't hit... Oh, interesting. That's it. Okay, those are some new things about, like, some spells here. Meteor inflicts damage 4 times at random. The total damage is displayed after the spell ends. I think that's how it works in Final Fantasy V, yeah. Yeah, that's definitely different. Meteor, I think, in the base game is just one singular like area of effect, strong spell, and I think Break is just for like petrification and not earth damage as well. Interesting. Special abilities, double damage for normal. Yeah, okay. Yeah, 3/4. Yeah. Oh yeah, that's also something I did read. If you have like multiple earrings, for example, in the base game you can like equip 2 earrings and you get like a boost of magic power by I think 100%. That's not possible in this. So like if you equip 2 earrings, only 1 earring is basically takes effect and the second earring does nothing. That's something to consider. I'm not sure if that also like goes with like the hero ring, which boosts both physical and magic power, and an earring, for example. I think that's how it works, but I think it does not work, but yeah, we will find out later, but yeah, that's something to consider. Items with multiple elemental types can still cause partial damage when one elemental type is nullified or absorbed. Okay, I see, yeah, okay. So let's say, for example, if I have an item that deals both fire and ice damage, if the enemy absorbs fire damage, then I deal half damage, maybe? Who knows, okay. Can summon Espers by equipping them, you can summon them as many times as you want per battle. Okay, that's also new. Espers are a great way to pack a magical punch in battle, okay? Yeah, okay, the trip here is really good. It tells me some new stuff. The tent, okay. Some experience out in the world. A lot of things you hear in here might... Okay. But still, let's see what we have here. Advanced combat. Status effects, invisible, yeah. Yeah. Okay. If your skin is ashen, if your HP is 0, and if you're still moving, you're probably okay. Can't say when the character is attacked. Yeah, okay. Standard stuff. Like, yeah, okay, also standard stuff. Blue magic spells, yeah. Mind Blast. Is Mind Blast new? Mind Blast might be new, I don't know. Also cure sleep, okay, interesting. Oh, also interesting. Always works regardless of sleep immunity, okay. It's poison damage and inflicts a wide variety, yeah, okay. Magic Hammer, nice. Deals damage that ignores magic defense and inflicts random okay. Sounds good, sounds good. Okay, they also inflict like different statuses now, interesting. Inflicts mute, inflicts slow, yeah, okay. Muggle's dance ability. Yeah, that's what I explained. Dances last for only 1 turn, after which the dancer can act freely again. Now the morph ability, yeah. Morph? Wait a second. Isn't that like a Ragnarok's thing usually? Yeah, it's 50% extra damage. Damage received is reduced by 25%. What? Oh no, that's I get it. That's Terra. That's Terra. Yeah. Sketch ability. By the sketch command, use the sketchers, not the enemies. Okay, yeah. It's possible to sketch without a brush equipped. Okay, that's important. Equip a brush will increase the success rate of the sketch command. Okay. And you are just no. Okay, we already talked about you. Desperate times can bring out strength. Yeah. Okay. Desperation attack. I wonder if I will see some desperation. I think I have never seen a desperation attack in my life in Final Fantasy VI. They are so rare, but they are there. I know that. Conflict menu includes an all-new music player. Oh, nice. Is many years old. Oh yeah, that's once again what I meant. Yeah, okay. I like that the translation does put some like hints here and there that you should like follow. Take different amount of time to perform, but that's new, right? That's like how Final Fantasy IV works, I think. Yeah, I think Bushido makes sense because you need to charge Bushido, but like magic is definitely new. Ocean, okay. Secret room, okay. Oh yeah, I okay, that room apparently is important after we like do certain stuff here. Door is sealed. We can go in here. Achievement room, okay. Head is to the achievement room. Here you can see what you've accomplished on your adventures in various ways. Okay, we get achievements, interesting. And we already have something. Achievement goals part 1, okay. Obtain Maduin's Sword and the Silk Dress. Successfully perform steal many times. Defeat Science Nightmare and learn all 8 Bushido techniques. Perform many teamwork attacks with Interceptor, okay. Okay, sounds like normal like trophy rewards. Learn all 24 blue magic spells. Sounds like the Pirate's Nest, Sky Pirate's Nest from Sky Pirate's Den from Final Fantasy XII. Certificate boss, yes, slaughter command. Learn all 255 rages. But rages, I did already read about that as well. Rages also work differently. I did tell you that I go into here blind and I tell you all about new stuff. But yeah, I did read some stuff, but yeah, I did read about rage. Rage also is very interesting. I will talk about it once we are there. Ice Storm command many times. That's new, okay. Cool, okay, we get some hints here and there. Okay, what is here? Even more achievements, I see. What is this? Part 2. Obtain a new outfit for every character. Fill the collection room in the beginner's house with stuff. Start a new game plus game. Collect every matches site. Play the game for a long time. Get a high total step count. Okay. Complete every side quest offered at pubs. Interesting. Unlock many characters achievements. Defeat every enemy in the Final Fantasy VI T Edition EX bonus patch. Yeah, that's what I meant. We do have the like DLC, so to speak. Okay, cool. We also get some new rooms here. That's something that those achievement room like confirms. Very interesting. Okay, this one is sealed. I think we need to defeat a specific like super boss to open this door, and I think that's like the transition to the EX patch then. But yeah, more on that later. Okay, collection room with experts inside. What do we have here? You can decorate this area by obtaining various important items during your quest. Okay, we have like can make our own room. Yeah. The left-hand room will be decorated with important items you find during your adventure. The right-hand room will be decorated with other treasures of interest, which such as legendary weapons or auction winnings. Okay. It's an art gallery that you can fill up by making progress in the bonus EX patch. Okay. Sounds interesting. What is this? Pendant? This pendant belongs to Terra, an amnesic young woman with magical powers. Originally, Terra's father, Marduin, gave this pendant to her mother, Madeline. Madeline later gave it to Terra as a gift. Okay, cool. If we get some like exposition and stuff. What is this? Even more, okay. Cannot interact with the Switch. Interesting. You cannot really see so much cool stuff here going on. I'm really looking forward to like do stuff here. I'm not sure if I will get all of those achievements. I try my best, of course, but we will see. We will see. Once again, this is my first time playing this, so don't expect too much of me. I will try my best, though. Anything here? Nope. Okay, I think this will be more interesting once we like make some progress and stuff. But yeah, very cool, very cool. And here we have gallery. Yeah, gallery, nice. Kind of like Ausor's mansion. Here's something else. What do we have here? Who are you? There's a blank canvas. It can display images you carry deep inside you. Okay. But it seems you currently lack any inner images to display here. Okay. I'm shallow inside, guys. I don't have anything inside me. I'm just a dead carcass playing a game. Yeah. What do we have here? There's a book here. It seems to have information about this room. What is this room? From various Final Fantasy games, okay. Okay. Cool, sounds nice. The paintings look weird. Try inspecting the suits of armor near this room's entrance, okay. You can check out the suits of armor second time. Doing this should fix the painting display problem. Okay, interesting. Like some bug fixes here, nice. Cool. Cool. I think we are done here now. Like I said, the middle room we cannot enter, that's for later. Let me quickly check out config. We did sound. Is that... Yeah, there we go. We just need to press A, okay. And here we have all the music here. Kefka with C. We have all the music here. The wedding waltz. The wedding waltz? Oh yeah, that's from the opera, okay. Question mark? Oh, okay. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. Final Fantasy Xmas arrangement, okay. Oh, Final Fantasy I music, Do I even want to look at this? I don't think we need to look at all this music here. Going all the way up to Final Fantasy 13, 13-2 even. Final Fantasy 0, Final Fantasy Type 0, I think that means. Final Fantasy Tactics, Tactics Advance, 4 Heroes of Light, interesting. DDFF, what is BDFF? SD, Second Densetsu, Meridian Dance. Yeah, okay. Mystic Crest SG, what is SG? SG might be Saga. RS, no clue what RS is. Street Fighter? SF, MS, yeah, okay, there's a lot of stuff going on here. Cool. Okay, I was gonna say, does it like play indefinitely now? But okay. Cool. Very nice stuff here. Alright guys, thank you all for watching, I really hope you enjoyed the video. See you in the next episode of the Final Fantasy VI T Edition. Until then, take care and goodbye.